Can you really find a picture-perfect town in the US that combines beauty, affordability, and a fantastic quality of life? The short answer? Yes. The country is full of hidden gems, places that aren't just great for a weekend getaway, but perfect for settling down. Whether you're dreaming of coastal serenity, mountain escapes, or small-town charm, this list has something for you. And trust me, some of these places will surprise you. Stay till the end. Town number 1 might just make you pack your bags. Bend, Oregon. If you've ever dreamed of escaping the chaos of city life for a place where you can swap traffic jams for mountain trails, Bend, Oregon might just be calling your name. This town is a paradise for outdoor lovers, beer enthusiasts, and anyone looking for a high quality of life without giving up modern conveniences. First impressions? Picture snow-capped peaks in the distance, crystal-clear rivers running through town, and more hiking, biking, and skiing opportunities than you could ever fit into a lifetime. Bend isn't just pretty, it's breathtaking. But beyond its natural beauty, it's also one of the fastest-growing towns in the US, and for good reason. Now, let's talk affordability, or the lack thereof. The secret is out about Bend, and housing prices have skyrocketed over the past decade. The average home price is around $700,000, and rent isn't much better, with a one-bedroom apartment averaging $1,800 per month. Not exactly budget-friendly, but before you write it off, consider this. Oregon has no sales tax, and while housing is expensive, the overall cost of living is still lower than in places like California or Seattle. Job market? It's growing. Traditionally, Bend was known as a timber town, but today it's a hub for tech startups, healthcare, and the outdoor recreation industry. With companies like Hydro Flask and G5 flourishing here, plus a strong tourism sector, finding work isn't as tough as you might think. And if remote work is your thing, you'll be in good company. Bend is a hotspot for digital nomads who want to swap city offices for coffee shops with mountain views. Speaking of coffee, let's talk lifestyle. If you love craft beer, you'll fit right in. Bend has more breweries per capita than almost anywhere else in the US, earning it the nickname Beer Town, USA. Prefer a more active hobby? You're in luck. Muttit Bachelor is just 20 minutes away for some of the best skiing and snowboarding in the country. In the summer, you can kayak down the Deschutes River or hike through Smith Rock State Park, which looks like something straight out of a Wild West movie. Of course, no town is perfect. Winters can be harsh, lots of snow, and the recent population boom has led to rising home prices and more traffic than locals would like. But if you're looking for a town that offers small-town charm with big outdoor adventures, Bend might just be your perfect match. Charleston, South Carolina. Step into Charleston, and you might feel like you've traveled back in time. Cobblestone streets, pastel-colored antebellum houses, and the scent of salt water in the air. It's like a southern dream come to life. But don't let its old-world charm fool you. Charleston isn't just about history. It's a thriving, modern town with a booming economy, a dynamic arts scene, and some of the best food in the country. Let's talk numbers. The average home price in Charleston hovers around $500,000. Definitely not cheap, but compared to other coastal cities, it's a bargain. Renting? A one-bedroom apartment in the heart of downtown will set you back around $2,000 a month. But here's the good news. South Carolina's property taxes are among the lowest in the country, and the cost of living is surprisingly reasonable for such a sought-after location. The job market? It's strong and diverse. Healthcare, aerospace, and technology are major industries, with companies like Boeing and Blackbaud employing thousands. And let's not forget tourism. Charleston attracts over 7 million visitors a year, creating endless opportunities in hospitality, retail, and entertainment. Unemployment sits at a low 3.2%, and small businesses thrive here, making it an excellent place for entrepreneurs. But let's get to the fun part. What's it actually like to live in Charleston? First, the weather is a dream. Well, except for the humid summers. With mild winters and plenty of sunshine, outdoor living is a way of life. Stroll along the Battery, kayak through Shem Creek, or take a short drive to Folly Beach for some of the best surfing on the East Coast. Then there's the food. Charleston is a foodie's paradise, and that's not an exaggeration. From legendary shrimp and grits to high-end farm-to-table dining, this city knows how to eat. Love craft beer? The local brewery scene is exploding, and rooftop bars offer stunning views of the harbor. Of course, no town is perfect. The humidity can be brutal in the summer, and hurricane season is always a concern. But Charleston's rich culture, friendly community, and undeniable beauty make up for it. If you're looking for a town that combines history, charm, and opportunity, Charleston should be at the top of your list. Boulder, Colorado. If you're looking for a place where you can hike a mountain in the morning, grab an organic farm-to-table brunch by noon, and finish the day with craft beer while watching the sunset over the Rockies, Boulder is calling your name. This vibrant, outdoorsy, and eco-conscious town has long been a favorite for adventurers, entrepreneurs, and those seeking a high quality of life. Let's talk affordability. Spoiler alert, Boulder is not cheap. The median home price here hovers around $900,000, making it one of the most expensive cities in Colorado. Rent for a one-bedroom apartment. Expect to pay around $2,200 per month. But here's why people are still moving here in droves. The quality of life is off the charts. Plus, Boulder has a strong job market and high salaries to match, with a median household income of around $90,000. The economy here is driven by tech, education, and outdoor industries. The University of Colorado Boulder is a major employer, as are tech companies like Google, IBM, and Twitter, which have expanded into the area. The startup scene is also booming, thanks to Boulder's entrepreneurial culture and support for small businesses. If you're into outdoor gear, wellness, or sustainability-focused industries, you'll fit right in. Now, let's get to the real reason people move to Boulder: the lifestyle. This is an outdoor mecca. The city sits at the base of the Flatirons, offering some of the best hiking, biking, and rock climbing in the country. And if you're into skiing, you're just a short drive from world-class resorts like Eldora and Breckenridge. The city itself is designed for active living, with miles of walking and biking paths, and an overall culture that prioritizes health and wellness. Speaking of health, Boulder consistently ranks as one of the fittest and healthiest cities in the U.S. The food scene reflects that, with an emphasis on organic, locally sourced, and plant-based options. But don't worry, it's not all kale and quinoa. Boulder is home to a thriving craft beer scene, with over 20 breweries offering everything from hazy IPAs to experimental sours. Of course, no place is perfect. Housing prices are sky high, and some locals feel the city is becoming too crowded with transplants from California and New York. Winter can be cold and snowy, and while Boulder gets plenty of sunshine, the dry climate isn't for everyone. But if you're after a place with stunning nature, a booming economy, and a strong sense of community, Boulder is tough to beat. Naples, Florida. If paradise had a zip code, it might just be Naples, Florida. This Gulf Coast gem is famous for its pristine white sand beaches, upscale charm, and relaxed coastal lifestyle. It's a place where you can wake up to ocean breezes, spend the afternoon golfing or boating, and end the day watching a fiery sunset over the Gulf of Mexico. Sound like a dream? For many, it's reality. First, let's address the elephant in the room: cost of living. Naples is not cheap. The median home price sits at a steep $750,000, and rent for a one-bedroom apartment averages around $2,500. But here's why people still flock here. Florida has no state income tax, which means more money stays in your pocket. Property taxes are also relatively low, and for retirees, the financial benefits can be huge. Plus, Naples is known for its strong real estate market, making homeownership here a solid long-term investment. Now, onto the job market. While Naples has long been known as a haven for retirees, it's also growing as a hotspot for professionals, entrepreneurs, and remote workers. The local economy thrives on tourism, healthcare, and finance, with major employers like NCH Healthcare, Arthrex, a global medical device company, and the Ritz-Carlton. Unemployment is low, and thanks to Florida's business-friendly policies, it's a great place to start a small business. But let's be real, no one moves to Naples just for work. The real draw? The lifestyle. Naples has more golf courses per capita than anywhere else in the U.S. So if you're a golf lover, welcome to paradise. If you prefer the water, you're in luck. Boating, fishing, and paddleboarding are part of daily life here. The beaches? Absolutely stunning, with soft white sand and clear turquoise water. And with over 300 sunny days per year, outdoor living is practically mandatory. The dining scene is another highlight. Naples is home to some of Florida's best restaurants, with everything from fresh seafood to high-end steakhouses. The city's downtown area, Fifth Avenue South, is lined with elegant cafes, boutiques, and art galleries, giving it a lively yet sophisticated feel. And while Naples is known for its luxury, it's still got a warm, friendly community vibe. People here are laid back, welcoming, and genuinely love where they live. Now, is Naples perfect? Not quite. The cost of living is high, and during tourist season, traffic can get frustrating. And yes, like much of Florida, Naples is vulnerable to hurricanes. But for those who crave a luxurious beachside lifestyle with year-round sunshine, Naples is an unbeatable choice. Carmel by the Sea, California. Imagine a town so stunning it feels like a movie set. Storybook cottages, cypress trees bending in the ocean breeze, and miles of dramatic coastline where the Pacific meets white sand beaches. Welcome to Carmel by the Sea, a place that doesn't just look like a dream, it lives like one. Now, let's be honest, Carmel is expensive. The median home price here is a jaw-dropping $2.5 million, and rent for a one-bedroom apartment can run you $3,500 or more per month. But before you gasp and move on, hear me out. Living in Carmel is about more than just a price tag. It's a lifestyle choice, an escape into a world of unmatched natural beauty, culture, and serenity. Economically, Carmel thrives on tourism, art, and luxury real estate. It's a haven for entrepreneurs, remote workers, and creative professionals who want to swap the city grind for an ocean view workspace. The town itself is tiny, less than 4,000 residents, which means zero corporate sprawl, no traffic lights, and an intimate village-like atmosphere. Many residents work in nearby Monterey or Silicon Valley, about an hour and a half away, while others enjoy a semi-retired or work-from-anywhere lifestyle. But let's talk about what really makes Carmel special: its breathtaking coastal beauty and artistic soul. Big Sur is just down the road, with some of the most stunning cliffside views in the world. Carmel Beach, with its powdery white sand and surf-worthy waves, is consistently ranked among the best beaches in the U.S. And unlike many California beaches, it's dog-friendly, making it a paradise for pet lovers. Culture. Carmel is overflowing with it. Once home to famous artists and writers like Ansel Adams and Jack London, the town still thrives as an artistic hub, with over 100 galleries packed into its tiny footprint. The Carmel Bach Festival, year-round theater productions, and charming boutique shops give the town a rich, cultured atmosphere without the pretentiousness of bigger cities. And here's a fun fact. Clint Eastwood was once the mayor, so you know the place has character. Then there's the food and wine scene. Despite its size, Carmel is a culinary powerhouse, featuring everything from cozy European-style bistros to Michelin-starred restaurants. Wine lovers, take note. Carmel Valley is home to some of the best vineyards in California, offering a laid-back alternative to Napa without the crowds. Of course, no place is perfect. The cost of living is sky-high, and while the weather is mild and coastal, Carmel does get its fair share of fog. If you need a bustling nightlife or big city convenience, this might not be your place. But if you're looking for a town that feels like an escape into a timeless, elegant, and breathtakingly beautiful world, Carmel by the Sea is truly one of a kind. Asheville, North Carolina. Imagine a place where you can sip locally brewed craft beer while gazing at the Blue Ridge Mountains. Then stroll through an artsy downtown filled with live music, indie boutiques, and farm-to-table restaurants. That's Asheville. This quirky mountain town has long been a hidden gem, but in recent years, it's become a full-fledged hotspot for those seeking stunning scenery, a creative atmosphere, and a laid-back lifestyle. Let's talk affordability. Asheville isn't dirt cheap, but it's far more affordable than many comparable destinations. The average home price sits around $500,000, and rent for a one-bedroom apartment hovers around $1,700. While that's on the higher end for North Carolina, keep in mind that there's no state income tax on Social Security benefits, making it a top choice for retirees. And unlike many cities, Asheville has a thriving short-term rental market. So if you're thinking of buying property, you might just turn it into a solid investment. Now, on to the job market. Asheville's economy thrives on tourism, healthcare, and the arts. With over 11 million visitors per year, hotels, restaurants, and breweries are always hiring. Mission Health, one of the top employers, ensures steady opportunities in healthcare. And if you're an entrepreneur, Asheville is a fantastic place to start a small business, thanks to its supportive community and ever-growing population. But let's be honest, people don't move to Asheville for a corporate job. They move here for the lifestyle. This is an outdoor paradise, with hundreds of hiking trails, including sections of the Appalachian Trail just a short drive away. The Blue Ridge Parkway, known as America's favorite drive, offers breathtaking views in every season. And if you're into kayaking, mountain biking, or rock climbing, you'll never run out of weekend adventures. Then there's the food and drink scene. Asheville has one of the highest restaurant-to-resident ratios in the country, which means you'll never have to settle for boring meals. Expect everything from Southern comfort food to upscale vegan cuisine. And let's not forget the beer. Asheville is known as Beer City, USA, boasting more breweries per capita than anywhere else in the U.S. Whether you're into hoppy IPAs, smooth stouts, or funky sours, you'll find something to love here. Any downsides? Well, Asheville's popularity has led to rising home prices, and the influx of new residents means traffic can be frustrating at times. The job market, while strong in tourism and healthcare, isn't great for corporate careers, so remote work is ideal. But if you're looking for a town that blends art, nature, and an incredible food scene, Asheville is hard to beat. Aspen, Colorado. Aspen isn't just a winter wonderland for the rich and famous. This mountain town is an absolute dream for anyone who loves fresh air, stunning views, and an active lifestyle. Imagine waking up to snow-dusted peaks, sipping coffee while watching skiers carve down world-famous slopes, and finishing the day with a craft cocktail in a cozy lodge. Sounds like a fairy tale? Well, in Aspen, it's just another Tuesday. But let's get real. Aspen has a reputation for being expensive. And yes, it's true that the average home price sits somewhere around $3.5 million. Ouch. Renting? Expect to pay around $4,000 a month for a one-bedroom apartment. But before you run in the opposite direction, here's the thing. Aspen's economy is stronger than ever. The tourism industry alone generates billions, and the town has a surprisingly diverse job market, from hospitality to high-end retail and even tech startups. Now, what makes Aspen a livable town, and not just a vacation hotspot? First, the crime rate is incredibly low, one of the lowest in Colorado. Second, the community is tight-knit and welcoming. This isn't just a place for visitors. It's a town where locals gather at farmers' markets, where kids grow up skiing before they can even walk properly, and where outdoor adventures are part of daily life. And let's talk about those adventures. Winter, of course, means world-class skiing and snowboarding, but the warmer months are just as magical. Hiking trails wind through wildflower-covered meadows, rivers invite kayakers and anglers, and mountain bikers find their paradise on rugged terrain. Plus, Aspen's music festivals, art galleries, and gourmet restaurants make sure there's never a dull moment, even for those who prefer their entertainment indoors. Now, Aspen isn't cheap. Let's not pretend it is. Groceries are about 20% higher than the national average. And dining out? Let's just say you won't find a $5 burger joint. But in return, you get a town with breathtaking scenery, an unbeatable lifestyle, and a sense of exclusivity that few places can match. So, is Aspen for everyone? Probably not. But if you're after a place where nature, luxury, and community blend seamlessly, this mountain paradise just might be worth every penny. Savannah, Georgia. If Charleston is the refined, polished older sibling, then Savannah is its artsy, free-spirited counterpart. This southern gem oozes charm, with its moss-draped oak trees, historic squares, and cobblestone streets that practically beg you to slow down and soak in the beauty. But Savannah isn't just about looking pretty. It's an exciting, affordable, and culture-packed place to live. Let's start with the biggest surprise. It's cheap. Unlike Charleston, where housing prices have shot up in recent years, Savannah remains a steal. The average home price sits around $350,000, while rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the historic district averages $1,500. Not bad for a city with this much character. Property taxes? Some of the lowest in the country. Georgia also has no state tax on Social Security income, making it a top pick for retirees. But Savannah isn't just for retirees. It's a thriving hub for young creatives, remote workers, and entrepreneurs. The city is home to Savannah College of Art and Design, SCCAD, which injects a constant flow of artistic energy into the town. That means more indie boutiques, live music, and funky coffee shops than you can count. The job market is surprisingly strong, with opportunities in education, healthcare, and tourism. The city welcomes over 14 million visitors a year. Now, let's talk about lifestyle. Savannah is built for strolling, and trust me, you'll want to. The city is famous for its 22 historic squares, each with its own unique charm, lined with stately mansions and centuries-old churches. The food scene is another major win. Think buttery biscuits, fresh seafood, and some of the best fried chicken you'll ever taste. And if you love a good ghost story, Savannah is often called the most haunted city in America, with ghost tours running year-round. Of course, it's not all sunshine and Spanish moss. The summer humidity is brutal, and like many southern cities, Savannah faces occasional hurricane threats. But if you can handle the heat, you'll be rewarded with a laid-back lifestyle, rich history, and a community that's as welcoming as it is quirky. Bottom line, if you're after an affordable, culture-packed town with stunning architecture and an unbeatable vibe, Savannah might just be your perfect southern escape. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Picture this: adobe-style homes bathed in golden sunlight, crisp mountain air, a vibrant arts scene, and a food culture that will make your taste buds dance. Welcome to Santa Fe, one of the most unique and charming places to live in the U.S. This isn't just another city. It's a cultural masterpiece, blending Native American, Spanish, and Mexican influences into an atmosphere unlike anywhere else. Let's start with affordability. Santa Fe isn't the cheapest place in New Mexico, but compared to major coastal cities, it's a bargain. The median home price is around $600,000, and rent for a one-bedroom apartment averages about $1,900 per month. Not exactly cheap, but considering you're living in a city that feels like an artistic paradise, it's still a solid deal. Plus, property taxes are low, and New Mexico offers tax breaks for retirees, making it a popular destination for those looking to stretch their retirement savings. Economically, Santa Fe thrives on tourism, the arts, and government jobs. It is the state capital, after all. If you work in creative industries, wellness, or tech, there are plenty of opportunities, and thanks to New Mexico's affordability, many remote workers are moving here. Unemployment is low, and Santa Fe has a strong entrepreneurial spirit, making it a great place to start a small business. Now, let's talk about lifestyle, because that's where Santa Fe truly shines. The city is set in the foothills of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, meaning outdoor adventures are at your doorstep. Hiking, skiing, Taos Ski Valley is just up the road, and breathtaking desert landscapes make this an outdoor lover's dream. The weather? 300-plus days of sunshine per year, with cool, dry air that feels like a permanent vacation. Then there's the culture. Santa Fe is one of the most artistically rich cities in the country, with over 250 galleries, dozens of museums, and annual art festivals that attract talent from around the world. The Georgia O'Keeffe Museum is here, along with the legendary Santa Fe Opera, and the city's adobe-style architecture makes you feel like you've stepped into another era. And we can't forget about the food. Santa Fe is a foodie's paradise, especially if you love bold, flavorful cuisine. Green and red chili are staples here. New Mexicans take their chili very seriously. And the city is home to some of the best Southwestern and Mexican food in the country. And if you're into wellness, Santa Fe has an abundance of spas, hot springs, and holistic health retreats that make self-care feel like a way of life. Any downsides? Well, housing costs are rising, and while the job market is strong for certain industries, salaries tend to be lower than in bigger cities. And while the dry climate is great for some, others may struggle with the altitude, 7,200 feet above sea level. But if you're looking for a place that blends natural beauty, culture, and a laid-back lifestyle, Santa Fe is pure magic. Boise, Idaho. If you haven't heard of Boise as a top-tier place to live, you're about to. Over the past decade, this once overlooked city has become one of the fastest-growing destinations in the U.S. And for good reason. It's affordable, at least compared to major West Coast cities, packed with outdoor adventure, and has a booming economy. Plus, it's got that rare balance of small-town friendliness with big city perks. Let's start with affordability. While prices have been rising due to Boise's growing popularity, it's still a steal compared to cities like Seattle or San Francisco. The median home price is around $480,000, and rent for a one-bedroom apartment sits at about $1,500. That's half of what you'd pay in California for a similar lifestyle. And here's a bonus. Idaho has some of the lowest property taxes in the country. Groceries, utilities, and healthcare costs are all below the national average, making it a great place for anyone looking to stretch their dollar. But let's be real, affordability is only part of the equation. What really makes Boise special is its quality of life. This is an outdoor lover's dream. Hiking, biking, fishing, skiing, whitewater rafting, you name it. The Boise River Greenbelt, a 25-mile scenic pathway, runs right through the city, perfect for morning jogs or weekend bike rides. And if winter sports are your thing, Bogus Basin Ski Resort is just 45 minutes away. The job market? It's on fire. Tech companies, startups, and remote workers are flocking to Boise, drawn by lower taxes and a high quality of life. The unemployment rate is just 3%, and major employers include Micron Technology, Hewlett-Packard, and St. Luke's Health System. If you're in tech, healthcare, or manufacturing, job opportunities are plentiful. And if you work remotely? Even better, your dollar goes a lot further here than in traditional tech hubs. The city itself has a cool, low-key vibe. Downtown Boise is packed with craft breweries, trendy coffee shops, and farm-to-table restaurants. And because Boise State University is in town, there's a youthful energy that keeps things fresh. The local food scene is growing fast. Think Basque cuisine. Yes, Boise has a large Basque community, top-notch farm-to-table eateries, and an increasing number of food trucks serving everything from gourmet tacos to artisanal donuts. Of course, no city is perfect. Boise's recent popularity has driven up housing prices, and some locals aren't thrilled about the influx of new residents. Winters can be cold, and the city, while growing, doesn't have the same level of cultural attractions or nightlife as larger metropolitan areas. But if you're looking for a city with a high quality of life, endless outdoor activities, and a growing job market without the insane cost of living, Boise is hard to beat.